Hey guys, you know the drill. When you miss me in action for a few weeks, it means we're coming back with a big fat show. So I hope you got your tea and your Sunday food. Now, today we are at Crafted by Wood. You know that they're doing our kitchen. We're also at the house. You're going to see what we've done with the paint. You're going to see the exterior color. We're finished on the inside. You're going to see that the tiles are down. You're going to see that the bathroom looks very different. We also have some visitors from Caribbean LED. We're getting our lighting done. And if that's not enough, I'm going to be telling you about the big washer money that I spent since the last time we saw each other, and the money that I'm going to spend by the time you see the show. And hopefully I'm going to be able to answer some of your questions. So it's a lot. Let's get started. I'm Kelly Johnally and this is Bajan Renovation. So since the last time we did a show, I have spent $17,000. $10,000 of that I borrowed from my dad because it was, well, first of all, because I ain't had it, but more specifically, it was on month end, and like everybody else, I have month end obligations, and that $10,000 was for the contractor. So yes, by the time I had to pay the mortgages, my life insurances, which I tell you is in the vicinity of like $1,100, and of course property insurance and car insurance would have to be due now. I just didn't have it, so my dad lent me the $10,000 and he told me he wants it back and he will get it back, and the other $7,500 was actually to go towards the kitchen. That I took out of salary or took out of the business. Now by the time you watch this show, I would have given the contractor another $8,000. So as my girlfriend jokes with me and tells me that every Monday is a new financial year for me, I am giving myself, the optimism, or I should say, I'm keeping myself sane or buoyed up in this process by just remembering that the mortgage is $1,200. Kelly, the mortgage is $1,200. You will not be spending money like this indefinitely. We definitely are, I guess you could say, winding down, but I would be lying to say that it has put a lot of pressure on my business. I am fortunate that the obligations have been met, but it does feel a little looming at this stage where in a short space of time you've had to come up with $20-something thousand, and it's not that I didn't know I had to come up with it. It's just that knowing something and actually having to do it is different. But I am grateful that the needs have been met. God has been faithful. The business is doing well, so it could meet its obligations. But right now I could tell you, it really does feel like, yeah, as I get it, it goes. But in this show, you're seeing where it went. So you can see we're at Crafted by Wood. We're checking on the kitchen and we want to show you the behind the scenes for that because we know you love a behind the scenes action. But before we get into the kitchen, I want to show you what's going on at the house because a lot is happening there and we have house guests waiting on us. And here we are at the house and Fenella is back. And if you all are an OG, you all know about Fenella. So quite a bit has happened here. Since we were last here, the interior painting is complete. Take a look. And we are on to exterior painting. The back of the house is done, so they were just working their way forward. So this is your first official look at the exterior color. And as we know, we're doing our color moment on the door. You'll also notice that the bathroom is much further along than the last time we were here. It's painted. I am seeing the wisdom now in hindsight of why it might have made sense to rejig the flow of the bathroom, but we're at that stage now that we're just going to work with what we have. But I am happy to see it painted because the bathroom looked like a mess for such a long time. Confession, I am no longer thrilled with the wall tile choice for the bathroom, and this is not because I don't like the tile. It is still my favorite tile, but the truth is when I chose it, I saw it in somebody else's bathroom and it was in a much bigger space. So you got to really see the beauty of the tile. I don't know if from the camera if you'll be able to see the beauty of the tile, but I guess that's just a design consideration I couldn't make for myself in terms of how a tile would translate to a smaller space. Still a very pretty tile, you know, would still use it, but that's just a little thing, you know, something to consider why professional input does help, that I would have considered a different texture tile or color tile for such a small space. But I'm happy it's white. I'm happy the bathroom feels light and airy, and that we are at the stage now where our service providers are piling in to drop off their goodies. Well guys, I feel like I've been entertaining now. Every time we come here, we have house guests because we are coming to finishes. Now, I think in a previous episode, you may have gotten a glimpse of Shelly and her team looking around. Shelly is from Caribbean LED Lighting. Now, that's where our lights are coming from. And I've already gotten a little peep at what I like. Now, much like other service providers, and I could tell you, right? This is a service that is available to you. This is not a Kelly service. She said, when you're a little further along, meaning when in here is painted and some of the scaffolding is out, let us come back and do another lighting assessment. Reason being, the space is going to look different when it's empty, and also the lighting in the house will look different once the walls are painted. So I, like many people, Shelly, we go online and we find our inspiration, right? And inspiration and reality sometimes do not connect, right? That is where people like you come in, right?
Definitely.
To help make sure that what I am imagining in my head, right, can not only come to life but also be practical. So now that you are back,
right,
how the place looking?
I'm loving it. Your walls are white. And your roof is even whiter.
Yes, it is. It's white and it's bright and it's airy and it has the house looking big even though it's not.
And I can see how your choice of black that I don't like fits nicely in here.
What I have appreciated is all these little confessions, right? Because all I want to have bear talk for me and my white, y'all have talk for me not looking down my dividing wall, but I just want to say I will have the last laugh on this. Yes, so now that you're seeing this from a lighting perspective, right? What are some things that you as a professional are taking into account for the lighting recommendation?
Okay, I'm looking at your height. And everything that we put in here must go on a rod
and drop down,
or on a chain and drop.
Right.
Right. And because it's an open plan and you have several different things going on in one space, we have to be careful how we choose things and how we place things, because you don't want anything to overpower the space.
Okay.
So if we're going to start with the parlor.
Yes, this is an official parlor, guys. If I had done like the people on HGTV and look how every wall in this house, this would not be a parlor. You know how people are in America? I need to take down the walls so I can see the kids when I'm in the kitchen. First of all, I don't know what y'all are doing in y'all kitchen that takes so much time, or why y'all always want to see y'all kids. But you know, I digress. So now that we're here in the parlor, you know, what is coming to mind?
Now, there are a few options that can happen in the parlor. You can have a fancy chandelier, a fancy fandelier.
I like that fandelier thing.
If we could persuade you to add a little bit of bling. But whatever we put here, if we're going to do a fan, your fan has to come on a 4-foot rod. Again, because of the height. And I think because the space is so white, the warm light.
The warm light. I remember you said that, the color temperature.
Yes.
Because we have words,
the color temperature would be important in here, because the white,
looks dark.
No, you don't want to have it like an operating theater.
Got you.
Right?
Okay.
You want to keep it nice and soft, so you can operate between, I would say, 4,000 and 3,000 Kelvin.
I don't know what that means, okay? But it's 4,000 and 3,000 Kelvin. Okay, go ahead.
That's the color temperature, you know. The 3,000 is warm, and it's more on the warmer side, where people say more like yellow.
Got you. I got you.
Or the orangey
I
look,
got you.
right? And then 4,000 is like halfway between. So it's not very white. It's soft. You know?
All right, so Shelly, I know that we're going to take a look around, but I want to get this out in the early for everybody who is watching. Now, I made sure to ask this question when I went to dwellings. I made sure to ask this question of Berger when they came to do the paint. A lot of people think that services like these types of consultations are only for special people or if you go a show. But I want to know if someone is building their home, they may film in this for all and sundry, can they come to your team to say, okay, I've seen some things online on your website that I like. Can somebody come to the house to help me make the final selection and recommendation? Is that a service that you offer?
Oh, that most definitely. I mean, I've had a situation where I happened to be passing through the store and heard a lady talking, and I said to her, "Come, let's go now."
Yeah.
And we drove straight to her house, and I was able to assist her in choosing. And I think that's important that we do things like that, because some people have no imagination, you know, they're not visual, and they would tell you that. So they have a challenge picturing what something would look like in their space. And sometimes you have to tell them,
and I think too,
or guide them.
I think even where you might have imagination, spatially people cannot, I guess what I call visually budget the size of things.
Yeah.
And if you have a smaller home, and don't mind this might look big on camera, when you have a smaller footprint, it is so important to get the measurements of things right, because you will go and pick a light fixture that's too small, and it can look like it's just floating like a star in the sky, you know, or it's too big, it overwhelms the space.
Definitely.
It's too low, it looks like it's falling down, it's too high, it seems like the light isn't doing what it is to be doing.
Or sometimes it's not practical.
Or it's not practical.
Because sometimes we want things, but it is not necessarily the most practical.
Yes.
The choice that has been made.
So all of us Bajan renovators can come and say, we are building our houses, we're renovating, we're putting together our budget. Can you come and do a lighting consultation with us, and they can get some contextual expertise in their house?
Definitely. We are open to doing that, and I give what I call homework. So I usually tell each client, you know, get a pad and paper, go to each room, walk around that room, look and think about how you want that room to feel.
Got you.
And how you want that room to look.
Got you.
So that's the first part of your homework. And then when you've done that and you come in and you tell us whether or not it's going to be modern, contemporary, you know, then we have an idea, okay, we're going to show you this set of fixtures.
I got you.
You know, and that makes a difference.
All right, so I'm very happy. I'm very happy you all are here, because much like everybody else, you could look on a website and like what you like, but I'm glad you all now know that this is a service that you can take advantage of. You see how much good free things there are out there? You are welcome. And you know, it's Christmas, right? Christmas is coming up just now, and we're going to want nice things for our homes, and we do not have to be out there trying to imagine things from our phones. We can actually get a professional to come in our place for free and tell us what will look good and organize it. Let us take a look at the other rooms so you could go and make your recommendations, so that when we get down to the showroom, you know, I'm just picking things.
And I would say let's do the same thing with this room. Because of the height of your ceiling, you've got to put your fans on the rods. And I would say drop them on the 4-foot rod.
Okay.
Right?
Got it. The hair just feels dark.
It is dark because the wall is high. And we know we can't do anything about this wall.
No.
So
not with my expensive tiles on them.
No, you can't. And then you want to see the beauty of the tile. So what we're going to have to do is position the fixture right in the center of this space. And we're going to probably have to drop it on about maybe 5.5 feet of chain, so that the light spreads over the surface. It can't be one single fixture with one bulb. You've got to have something
with
that
prongs.
allows you
So you know
to
what?
spread light.
I actually don't mind having a blingy light in the bathroom. I don't know if it is because I am single-handedly keeping the restaurants of Barbados open, right? I have done my part for the economy since COVID, since keeping all restaurants open. Y'all are welcome. But I find now that restaurants make a real effort with these bathrooms. That when you go into the bathroom look and feel can be so different from the main area. It's like a little surprise.
She went into one that was AC last weekend.
Of course.
And the rest of the restaurant was hot.
The rest of the restaurant,
But the bathroom
had AC.
Had AC.
And they have wallpaper, and they have all these nice gilded mirrors. So I actually don't mind allowing you.
Nice.
You see how I allowing all of the service providers to have a little moment?
Free reign.
A little free. I don't mind having a very nice light in here simply because at least at home I feel like I'm in a restaurant that when I come in here I might want to take a selfie.
What's going to happen with the vanity?
Why you asking
Tell
me
me
that
what's
hard
happening.
question, Shelly?
What are you doing about here? Or because I don't see
I know for sure I'm going to do one of the medicine cabinets that is lit.
Right.
Simply
Okay.
because we need another source of light.
Right.
I have not gotten any further in my thoughts.
And how this is going to be a small narrow sink.
It will be
And
fine.
how far does it stop?
Shelly, start asking me hard things.
I'm sorry.
Don't ask me any more hard things, okay? I have done all I could do for this house this week. That's a next week activity.
Have you considered surge protection?
Shelly, if it requires me digging nothing, no, I have not considered it, and I'm not considering it. Nobody is to come into this house to ask me if I'm considering nothing, requiring nothing, not letting down nothing.
You're investing in fancy fixtures, so you need to have.
Shelly, do I have to dig the wall
I
to
don't
do
think
anything?
you have to. I think your electrician can find space for the surge protection.
Okay, because
Right? It's just an additional breaker that you add that helps protect your fans, your refrigerator,
I am
your
available
washer.
to protect my things. Anything that requires the digging or the scratching or removal
No,
of
there'll be
anything
no
in this
scratching.
house
That's
is a
an
no.
addition.
That's a no.
That's an addition.
So the last time we were at Crafted by Wood for some behind the scene action, it was actually for Bloom Bistro.
You're right.
And that seems so long ago now.
Yeah, you know.
And we have spoken so many times
Yeah,
since
yeah.
about this kitchen. Now,
Right.
Jimmy, I'm always so fascinated when I get to go to a workshop, but I particularly like your workshop.
Right.
So the team, or the viewers, have been seeing you pop in and out doing measurements. Tell us again, for those who are now catching up, the benefit or the reason for doing so many measurements, checking everything twice, and what we are seeing here today.
Well, one of the main reasons for the measurements is you don't want mistakes that when we go something too big or too small. So we double check. They got the carpenters saying measure twice and cut once.
Correct.
Right? What this is the beginning of the kitchen the cutting for the kitchen. Is when I optimize all of these parts on the computer, it said we needed 17 3/4 sheets for the 3/4 material alone.
Okay.
This includes the doors. So when the computer optimizes, which means it's going to manage the full sheet for all the parts needed for the kitchen, doors included, to manage the wastage,
Which is important.
which is important. You want to maximize the use of the sheet. So for sheet 1, the computer generated that it would put a top, a bottom for the corner units, 3 pieces for the corner units.
It's that intuitive.
Yeah. So there's one door. Why you put a door here? I don't ask questions. I just allow it to do what it do.
And the pieces will come out.
And the pieces. So every piece will be cut and for printing for the labeling purposes.
Yes, what's this? Because I found that as they start, they were very fast in sticking
Right.
these on. What are we looking at here?
So this is the label. So each part is labeled So this is saying that this is the door for cabinet number 3, no, room 3, which
Yeah.
is your kitchen.
Yeah.
Cabinet 12.
Okay.
So this is for room 3, cabinet 16.
Okay.
Room 3, cabinet 4. So each part has a place.
So when like a puzzle.
Like
so
a
when
puzzle.
it pops out,
Exactly.
it's like a labeled puzzle.
Yes,
like
yes.
as you get all the pieces, the person who comes to assemble
Yeah.
can see where everything goes based on the.
Exactly. So your job is
Yes.
17 sheets, about 200 parts.
Uh-huh.
So they gotta know where the parts are.
You know?
Just put it together.
It might take a minute to put it together. Otherwise, it's be like no one labeled it. Well, that was your one job.
Yes.
So you started. Obviously, I don't have a machine like this.
Right,
Now that you have
right.
started, how long does it take for you to cut all
So
the
we should
pieces?
cut all 17 sheets. No, this is only the 3/4. We then have to cut the 1/4 inch, which is the backs of the cabinets. Then we gotta cut the doors.
Yeah.
All of these will be cut on the machine, and everything should be done cut by tomorrow evening.
Is that fast?
Yeah. So all the pieces, the 3/4, the backs, the doors, everything. Because we know start, which is lunchtime, which is 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Minutes to 1. By tomorrow evening, everything will be.
There will just be a pile somewhere in here.
Yeah, pile. Like how we got a pile here. There's a bed. You know, we section them all. We just find a place in your workshop to put each person.
You know, everybody's pile.
Which is why labeling is important also, because we got quite a few jobs going on simultaneously too, right?
So clever. I mean, I know you've thought this through,
Yeah.
but it just seems
Right.
so methodical.
So from here, all these parts will go to the edge banding machine for edge banding.
Okay, and just for those who don't know, what is edge banding?
Edge banding is an edge that finishes the edge on.
So you don't get the roughness.
So you don't get the roughness, right? So you get a factory finish edge,
Okay.
right? We even for pieces that are being painted, we also edge band those pieces.
Okay.
Because the finish is so clean.
Got
Right?
you.
Is a CNC type edge banding machine. And then from there is assembly. Start assembling these units. So from assembly, and that's done. You know where it's going from there.
Yeah, pay the rest of the bill. Just kidding. Like that's it. It's going to the house, and I know that you have been in touch with the contractor.
Yes.
Because I can see little shifts in the wall for the for that backs the fridge.
Right.
And I know you have spoken to RJ, who is doing the counter.
Yes,
'Cause
yes,
you see we're very fancy.
Right.
You know,
Yes,
you
yes,
see.
So I told RJ one of the main things to do though is counters going after.
Yes, I know that comes after you.
You have to do a template of what is existing, because what is on paper doesn't always reflect exact to what is in
Exactly.
reality. An older house, the wall might not be as square.
Yes.
You want to so.
And one thing she did point out when she purchased the wood, that she was very fortunate that she was able to get a seamless slab.
Yes.
But there's only one slab.
Right.
And much
There
like
is
you,
one
she
error.
said, Kelly, I can't cut it over.
Yes.
So
Cut once.
there's one cut.
Yes.
So she said, it's not like you could go down now to the hardware store and buy another
Another
piece
one.
to stick
No.
on. She said,
No.
this is the slab.
Yes.
She
yes.
said, you're able to get one smooth grain.
Right.
It can only cut once. So I'm like, you know, so
sure.
I know you guys have been in touch, and just to show you how the puzzle is
Yeah.
coming together, because also in this episode we'll be having a chat with Caribbean LED, and they're
Right,
like,
right.
well, okay, when the kitchen comes, we will select the
The lighting.
the overhead lighting,
Right.
because it needs to now line up with the
With-
counter.
yes,
you know, but the
yes,
counter
yes.
needs to be in so we can
Yeah,
see the height of the counter to
Exactly.
measure with the light. So it's like
Right.
that, you know,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
come together in the house that Jack built. So we're coming along.
Yeah.
Listen, I worked hard for y'all today here, so much so that Shaka had to call me back to do the ending for the show. In addition to everything you've seen, I even had an opportunity to answer some of your questions that you sent to the pages, but we'll drop them later in the week. For now, we're gonna go and get something to eat, and I'm going back to work because girl got bills to pay. Until next time, I'm Kelly Johnnerly, and this is Bajan Renovation.